One. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sports Room. I am your host, Unger to the Max, and we are coming at you with a Week 7 preview of the Cleveland Browns as it is round 2 of the Battle of Ohio between the Cleveland Browns, who are coming off getting absolutely spanked against the Pittsburgh Steelers, 38-7 at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, traveling to the jungle, Paul Brown Stadium, to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, who squandered a lead of decent size against the Indianapolis Colts last week in Indy. So you probably recognize my guest from our Week 2 preview, but in case you haven't watched it, which I recommend you do that, let me introduce to you my fellow Cincinnati Bengals YouTuber, Jazzy TV. Welcome to the show.
Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate you for having me, and I'm excited for another Battle of Ohio. It's going to be a great game, I think.
Yeah. Let me just say this to start off. I don't know about you, but I'm a very superstitious person when it comes to sports and specifically the Cleveland Browns. So during our 4-game winning streak, I kept wearing the same outfit over and over again because it was working. And I'm like, oh, it's a big game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm going to try and use all my superstitions at once. So I wore this hat, which was part of the superstitious outfit. I had a shirt that says, "Are you orange?" So, and then I had like a Cleveland Browns quarter zip. So I was wearing all of those. And then on iTunes, there's this thing called NFL Follow Your Team. So I watched videos of game episodes of that for the Browns where they won, because that's also one of my superstitions. And specifically, I watched the Week 6 game from 2014 where they beat the Steelers. And this was a new one. For some reason, I got the song Know Your Enemy by Green Day stuck in my head. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try all these superstitions together. Clearly, that didn't work. So this week, I'm not doing any of my superstitions, and we're going to see what happens. I don't even know if I'll actually be able to watch all of the game because I'm going to be with my friends at around 3:30, 3:45-ish Eastern time. So we'll see. You got any superstitious things that you do on Bengals game days or?
Yeah, I'm very superstitious. I'll be honest, if we win a game, the next week I'll wear the same exact outfit. I like to paint my face.
So you're like me in that same sense.
Yeah, I like to paint my face. That's always been a thing I've always done.
I've noticed that on your videos.
Yeah, so if I paint my face a certain way, I'll have the same person painted the same way. I never paint my own face, that's for sure, because it'll look like a 3-year-old did it. So I usually get somebody else to do it. But yeah, no, I'm very superstitious. And then if I'm wearing like an outfit for the game and say that, halftime comes around and we're just playing poorly, I usually will go in there and could change my jersey 3-4 times.
That's amazing. I've never really been a big face paint person. Like for the Seahawks game last year, I did a video collaboration with Norbcam. He's a big Seattle Seahawks fan, and he wears he puts on face paint. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna paint my face, but we got like these Cleveland Browns face masks that are like a sticker or something, and I tried that. And it just didn't work. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But now that we've gotten that little bit out of the way, first of all, my record now, when it comes to these video collaborations, I now have 4 losses on the resume. Thanks, Just Blaze and Steel Twins. Anyway, but I'm 1-0 against you. No offense.
It's all good.
Anyway, let's dive into this game now. So certainly a lot has changed for our two teams, I would say, both positive and negative since our week 2 Thursday night game. I would say a little bit more positive has been on our side for the most part. But I wouldn't say your side has been totally negative. Joe Burrow's been playing well.
Yeah. No, I have mixed emotions. We have Joe Burrow who's playing good, and then we have great like sparks, but it's just the whole thing of like we have a good quarter, we have a good half, and then it just all kind of crumbles. And then you have all this stuff with players, I guess causing some chaos in the locker room and some veterans, and the whole AJ Green spiel about him saying he wanted to be traded and he said he didn't say it. And then he had a great game last week with him and Joe Burrow. So it seems like to me that like in a way, Zach Taylor's losing the team a little bit, and a lot of people want him on the hot seat. And I'm not sure if he necessarily is, but a lot of people pretty much say if we're not going to win many more games, that he should be gone.
Okay, quick note. That was a really cute dog in the background.
Oh yeah. That's my boy Zeke. He's probably sitting on the couch over here. So.
Did you name him after Zeke Elliott?
And we actually adopted him, and his name was Zeke already, or else I would have never named him that. No, I like Zeke Elliott. He's a great player, but I wouldn't have named him after a Cowboys player.
Oh, wow. Even though you live in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do it.
That's amazing. But remind everybody again, in case they didn't happen to watch the week 2 video, why are you a Bengals fan? Let's just touch on that.
Yeah. So lived in Texas my whole life. Been here. My dad's a huge Cowboys fan. Been to a lot of Cowboys games at Cowboys Stadium my whole entire life growing up. But for me, it was just always wanting to be different, and for me, it was like liking a lot of players, and I played receiver all my life growing up throughout high school and stuff. And then I just adapted to watching Chad Ochocinco on TV one day. Loved his energy, loved his passion, loved his touchdown celebrations. He wore number 85. I wore number 85, and grown to love him, and then grew to love the team. Carson Palmer, all those guys, Corey Dillon, all those guys back then, and just loved the team ever since, and supported them through thick and thin.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure there was a game where like Chad Johnson, the Bengals were in Cleveland to play the Browns. Johnson scores the touchdown, jumps into the dog pound, and got beer poured on him.
Yeah, I think I remember that. He's done a lot of celebrations that people don't necessarily like on opposing teams, but
yeah,
it's just part of his personality. He reminds me a lot of T.O. So
yeah, personally, I was a little bit upset that T.O. got in the Hall of Fame, but we don't need to get into that discussion. Yeah. I was like, really, T.O. first ballot? No, with Randy Moss? Not so sure about that one.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go any further. Because I don't want to start any type of, like, heated debate or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, we're both coming off losses. You guys, in the sense of you had a lead, you were playing well against the Colts, and then, like you said, you guys just crumbled. And then with us, it's like, the Browns were sticking out their chests like, oh, we're on a 4-game winning streak. This game is for miles and blah, 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 blah. And they were doing all this chit-chat and stuff. And then the Steelers said, no, go to the kids' table. Go to the kids' table. You're not ready to hang with the big boys yet. If the Steelers are a tier 1 team, Browns, I would say, are a tier 2 team. And the Bengals are a tier 3 team, and then the Jets are just by themselves.
That's funny. Yeah, poor Jets.
Hey, I give you guys a couple of years. You could be a decent team, actually.
Man, I sure hope so.
I mean, I like what you have with Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. I think you guys should need another running back now. Excuse me. To almost be similar to us in a way where like change up the pace where
Yeah.
because right now I'm sure the Browns are programmed for Joe Mixon, because he's your primary back, but I've watched some Bengals stuff. I haven't really seen another running back for you guys, so I'm like, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Well, you guys are going to get a whole new ball game on Sunday then. Joe Mixon is not playing.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, so it's going to be Giovanni Bernard leading the backfield, and then we have Samaje P. Ryan and then Travion Williams, fellow Aggie.
I remember Samaj P. Ryan, fellow Oklahoma Sooner.
Yeah, so Joe Mixon they just announced that he was out today. He's got that right ankle injury. And
I did see that actually.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He was a little stiff even when he came back into the game last week. So I think it's just for the long run. And, it's not like we're, 5-1, I mean, so I understand, taking the precaution for him and everything. So,
right.
But yeah, I'm kind of curious how our offense adapts to that. Giovanni Bernard, in my mind, is more of like a pass catching running back. He's not the biggest guy. So
right.
I'm just kind of curious how we're going to utilize the run game. Because I don't think you can Joe Mixon was getting 20 plus carries a game. I just don't think you can give Giovanni Bernard that. I just feel like he'll get blown up. I mean,
sure.
and no offense, I think he's a great player, but it's just I'm really curious on how we're going to utilize the offense. Joe Burrow may be throwing it 50 times for all I
know. But it's interesting. I do remember reading that Joe Mixon was going to be out. So I love that I just built up Joe Mixon and balloon popped. Anyway, though, it's interesting that Mixon got ruled out today, which because it's like I'm sure the Browns probably for a majority of this week were preparing to face the Bengals with Joe Mixon in the lineup. So knowing that he's been ruled out as of today, that doesn't give him much time to prepare for what Bernard can do and what P. Ryan can do. And you said the other guy's name was Williams, right?
Yeah, Travion Williams.
Okay. Yeah, so the Browns, they might be able to watch some film on what those guys can do, but I don't know. They won't have a lot of time to practice to prepare for them because I'm sure tomorrow is travel day for them, unless maybe they're already there. I actually am interested a lot in like travel schedules for teams and stuff.
Yeah. With you guys not coming too far to play us, I don't know if they would necessarily leave tomorrow. I think they would leave tomorrow, but maybe they leave later in the day. Maybe not like right away in the morning. But then again, they might if they're getting like a practice in or something. I don't know. It is kind of interesting to see like when teams leave when they get there because some of them get there a couple days early. It just really depends on I guess the organization what they think's best for the players.
Right. So I want to get your opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're a Bengals fan, so you have an outside perspective. What are your thoughts on Baker Mayfield?
Baker is definitely a very confident guy. He's got a lot of fire to him, but I think he feeds off that fire. Sometimes I think he gets a little above himself, and that's when he kind of gets a little rambunctious and he makes mistakes that, maybe he shouldn't make this late in his career. But at the same time, I feel like that firepower he has kind of keeps him at it's that same firepower he played with at OU. I mean, like when he's on. And but it's just like one mistake and it just kind of seems like he crumbles the rest of the game. Like it just seems like it's hard for him to get back on that fire track when he makes a mistake. So, I think he still has some proving to do for himself as a quarterback and a top quarterback in this league. But, I feel like he's had some great games this year. And obviously, y'all's record definitely speaks for itself as a team and everything. So I just think he's got to keep feeding off that and just really just play his game and just play with his teammates. He's surrounded by great offensive weapons. I mean, you can't ask for anything else.
Right. But, you brought up how he's played well and our record speaks for itself. I'm actually going to disagree with you a little bit because I feel like during the 4-game winning streak, we found our identity starting off with the game against you guys on Thursday Night Football, where it was like, okay, we're a run team. So we relied more on the run, and we just said, Baker, just don't lose the game for us. So we're limiting him to like 30-ish passes maximum. And, I think I read a statistic that as the game goes on, his QBR rating goes down, if I remember that correctly. And, I was at that Indianapolis game in week 5. And obviously I watched the Dallas game in week 4. There were throws to be made late in both of those games where it's like, all you got to do is complete these few passes and the game is over. And in the Dallas game, for example, he completely overthrows Odell Beckham Jr. In the Indy game, he throws 2 interceptions, but the Colts had Phillip Rivers, so they didn't really come back to bite us. Although I can't say that about you guys last week. And that's not to throw shade. I promise you that.
Yeah, I got it.
But it's just like, I don't know if I can trust Baker Mayfield. I really don't. I mean, in my honest opinion, he has not lived up to the expectations of being the number 1 overall pick. He has not.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, in past drafts, we had the opportunity to take Carson Wentz. Now, based on his overall body of work, it looks like we made the right decision in not drafting him. But then the following draft, we could have taken Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes. Didn't do either of those. And then we have the number 1 pick. We could have taken Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, although Josh Rosen's a backup quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which, by the way, Antonio Brown just signed with Tampa Bay. I don't know if you saw that one.
I did see it, and let's just say I'm not surprised.
I was hearing all along it was going to be Seattle or Baltimore.
Yeah. I was hoping it wasn't Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't like the Baltimore. I don't want to call them the Ratbirds, but,
Yeah.
We'll see them in week 14 on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we still have to face them twice, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You haven't played Pittsburgh yet, have you?
No, we haven't played Pittsburgh. Nope.
Wait, no, you did play Baltimore once already.
Yeah, it just wasn't pretty. I just meant to say we're getting to play them again. I like to forget about that one.
Hey, I'm trying to do the same thing. Don't worry.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we haven't played Pittsburgh yet, and those games are always pretty intense.
Yeah. I was talking with the Steelers guys about this. I want the Browns to, Steelers-Bengals was a great rivalry for a while. I would say it still is a bit of a rivalry, maybe not as much as, in the early 2000s. Steelers-Ravens is a fantastic rivalry. And the Browns who are their rivals?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would say if I had to choose a rival for Cleveland, it would be you guys, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. Battle of Ohio, it's a lot of fan bases back and forth, and then obviously with the past years of both of us kind of being at the bottom of the division and Steelers and Ravens pretty much just running away with it. And, those fans, so I get it, neither of us want to be in last.
Yeah.
And, so, I mean, it's been interesting, but yeah, no, as much as, being a Bengals fan is huge to me. I've always wanted, like if we're not going to succeed, I want the Browns to succeed. Like I think it would be great to see the Browns win the division over the Steelers or Ravens, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. And I mean, it's just nice to see teams that haven't done well in a long time really, or haven't won the division in a long time, really get to that and win that. It's a great thing to see for any team.
Obviously, I don't think we're going to win the division this year because Pittsburgh and Baltimore just appear to be on another level. But I actually checked the playoff picture the other day. Pittsburgh would be the 1 seed for the AFC. Seattle would be the 1 seed for the NFC. I don't remember who would be the 2 seed, but I did see that the Browns would be a 6 seed.
There you go.
And we would be up in the freaking playoffs. I feel like I'm that Colts fan. Or that old playoff, or that Colts coach. I don't remember his name. Playoffs.
Oh, is that? Yeah, I remember that.
But I would expect Denzel Ward is going to be on AJ Green because that's usually what happens. When we play each other, Denzel just automatically goes with the opponent's best receiver. And from what I've seen of Browns Bengals with Denzel Ward, it's usually him guarding AJ Green.
Mm-hmm.
And my guess is Terrence Mitchell will probably be on John Ross, if I had to guess. I don't know about who's going to guard T. Higgins, though. Which is why, if I had to choose an X factor, it would be Higgins for this game, actually.
Yeah, no, I think he's played great, and hopefully, he continues to play great. We're going to need him big in this game.
Yeah. So, what do you think your defense is going to be like going up against this Browns offense, which has had good performances, and then we've laid eggs? So I don't know what type of offense to expect from the Browns, honestly. But what do you expect from your defense?
For our defense, I'm hoping – I would expect us to definitely narrow down Kareem Hunt. I know he just came off of a game against the Steelers that – under 100 rushing yards, if I'm correct. And, that doesn't happen very often, especially when you guys don't have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt's your lead back. But for me, if we can hold Kareem Hunt, I think that's our – if we can stop the rush game of you guys, that's our biggest key to possibly win. I mean, I know last time we played you guys, there was, the secondary was a little shaky at times, and that's going to happen with us. But another thing is William Jackson isn't quite here. He's not going to be playing, but I actually have to run. I hate to do it on you, but I just got here. I got to put that bed together.
Okay, no problem. So I don't mind. We talked about various aspects of the game. Quick score prediction. Let's just wrap it up with that, and then I'll let you go. Just a quick score prediction.
All right. I'm going to go 28-24 Bengals.
Okay. I'm going to say Browns 30-24. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for this quick episode of the Sports Room. I'm glad we were able to fit it in. And are you interested in doing a post-game video or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can definitely set it up next week.
Okay. All right.
All right. I appreciate it.
Yep. Go do what you got to do.